I'm not celebrating the death of Scott Adams from advanced prostate cancer, but what I will say is this. Dude was a racist. He was a white supremacist. And like the way he was feeling for the last few years is how he always felt. The difference is like when some people reach a certain age, they no longer care about how they're perceived or how they're viewed. Unfortunately, some people who are such as white supremacists can't help themselves, even if they got a lot to lose. And like his comic book strip Dilbert ran on the comic book strip district for like X amount of years. I used to read the comic books and newspapers like crazy. Let me say that again. I used to read the comic strips in the newspapers like crazy, but like I never found his funny. My favorite was Garfield and Curtis, and the Boondocks. Well, Dilbert not so much. He even came out with a primetime cartoon about this series. It only lasted one season. Like, wasn't nothing really funny. I don't find the humor in I never found the humor in Dilbert. But I digress. A few years ago, due to his racist, bigoted outlook on the black community, he said that the black community is a hate group. That is one of the most white supremacist things to ever say. The blacks. How is a ethnicity a hate group? How is an ethnicity a hate group? That is the most asinine white supremacist dog whistle bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Only a white supremacist will say that. Like, here's the thing. Predators don't think they're predators. Murderers don't think they're murderers. Pedophiles don't think they're pedophiles. White supremacists don't think they're white supremacists. Because according to them, the people who they terrorize are the real racists. That's how white supremacists think. Scott Adams was a racist white supremacist. That's why his comic strip was taken out of the newspapers. And then in a few, within the last few years of his life, he finally just let it loose. He said, he claimed that black people are an inferior race of people, or that whites need to get the hell away from black people. And because of his racist rant, it caused his distributor to sever ties with him, and eventually had his comic book strip taken out of the newspaper. But that was the least of the concern, because he eventually died of cancer. And like, this picture right here is an AI photo of his Dilbert comic. Even though this man hand drawn his strip, this is a AI photo of his unfunny comic strip mourning the death of Scott Adams. But he was a racist bigot. When white supremacist bigots leave this plane of existence, they're really not missed. They're the epitome of when people say the world is a better place without them. The world is a better place without racist bigots like him. I'm not celebrating his death, but I'm just pointing that out on this video. And that's all I got to say about that.